Welcome to episode number 69 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast.
It's my favorite episode.
Dude.
Mr. Sodom.
Oh, the Lord is going to strike you dead. Tomorrow?
Kendall won't.
It may be today.
Could be Kendall. I'll make sure Kendall doesn't watch this one.
Fellas, it's been a while.
It has.
God almighty.
The last podcast we did was the day after the South Grand Prairie playoff game, which was the first playoff game back in December.
Wow.
Was it December? It was, because it got pushed back.
And we were going to do one after the Trinity game.
There you go.
Yeah. We were going to do one after the Trinity game, but it's like...
Yeah, the Trinity game. Should we start there?
We could end there.
Oh, gee.
It should be very short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop the run.
Did you see what they're doing at Trinity with this kid now?
No.
It got announced, it's in the paper this week. Ollie Gordon is now moving to quarterback.
Well.
So he's going to touch the ball on every single play.
Wow, what a nightmare.
So it's like a bigger, taller, beefier,
he's
what's his name?
He's
number 3.
Beast, man.
He is a beast.
Yeah. Who's number 3? Number 3, their speedy quarterback.
Years ago?
Ukulele?
No.
No, the guy we played at North Texas.
Oh, Brandon Carter.
Brandon Carter.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Years ago.
That was down at...
No, we agreed with you.
That was down in Arlington.
Yeah, the old Brandon Carter went to TCU, couldn't hack it there, and he ends up at North Texas.
He was the
Really?
receiver /
I
quarterback.
thought he got trouble with the hoochie and the...
Well, yeah, at TCU.
Yeah.
They must...
Which a lot of them have that
They're-
problem.
Their horticulture department must be very busy because...
Agronomy.
Agronomy.
That's
Anyhow, he's
that's
moving to
SFA.
quarterback. For just FYI, for the
Okay.
Trinity fans that listen
Okay.
to this, we applaud you for that. So.
Yeah.
We love you.
Shaking it up, stirring it
Yeah,
up.
we don't love you, but
Oh, come on. Trinity's all right.
they hate us.
We love the kids.
Anyhow, Trinity was the last game of the year. We lost. It was ugly.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
ugly.
moving on.
Moving on.
Ugly stadium. I mean, let's talk about that. That's
pathetic
horrible.
Yeah, freaking just
We-
blow that thing up, y'all.
I actually listened to our last podcast a little bit this morning. That was the first thing ever. We called it a dump.
It's horrible.
I agree.
Horrible.
Where was that at? It was at Globe Life Field.
Yeah, the
The
old...
old Rangers.
The old
ballpark.
Rangers.
No,
place.
Globe Life Park.
Yeah, not
I
field.
can't. Which I don't know which name it is.
Yeah.
Stupid
Horrible.
venue for football.
Should not be playing
Stupid.
football there for
No,
sure.
and shame on our admins who agreed to do that. I just want to say that.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's a segue.
we got lots to talk about.
hard
A lot's
segue.
been going on with Alan since we've last met. And
What?
Let's
What?
just
What?
happened?
Well, let me tell you.
Let's just start with
What?
wrestling.
Wrestling.
Oh.
Boys and girls, state
Boys
champions.
and girls.
12
Wow.
times. 12 times.
12 in a row for the boys,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and the first for the girls.
First for the
It's
girls.
awesome.
Yesterday, Arlington Martin thought they were going to win this year. In fact, they were ranked ahead of Allen in the state rankings, which I kind of always giggle at. You know, it's just like, until you beat them, that should never
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And there were 2 Arlington Martin boys that actually won state championships over Allen guys yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but they still did. It was close though. It was only 18 points difference. Which,
Oh,
Only
close.
counts in...
yeah, with that many
That's one of
matches.
the-
That's
one of the
right.
closer state
Yeah.
championships.
But congratulations to Coach
Yeah, because
Best.
usually Allen would win by 200 points.
Braxton Brown becomes the
4-time state champ.
4-time state
Incredible.
champ.
Braxton Brown?
Isn't that
Yeah.
a cool name?
It is.
It's one of the
BB.
lower weight classes. I don't remember
He,
exactly.
it's
Braxton
interesting.
Brown.
He won at 106 as a freshman.
Yeah.
Won the next 2 years at 113, and he won yesterday at 120.
That's awesome.
So,
Dude's got to get in shape, man.
yeah, all he could do is wrestle.
That's how much food you eat at one sitting. What?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
120. Do you remember when you were
No.
120?
No.
I was an
No.
infant.
I was, I was an infant.
5'2", 120.
Had to be junior high.
Yeah, it's about a long time ago, but yeah.
No, I probably wasn't even
Congratulations
junior
to
high. I was
him,
bigger
to the
than
rest
that.
of the
165
guys.
in high school.
Girls softball,
District champs.
co-district champs,
Yeah.
but is the number 1 seed in the playoffs, which start Friday. Guess who they play?
Oh, gosh.
Plano.
Boom!
Yay.
little Wildcat Eagle rivalry coming back here. So they
good.
just thought they were done with
It's
us.
good to see. And where are they playing? When are they playing?
They playing Friday in Allen. It's a Saturday.
It's a must see. You got to go.
Friday night?
Be a rain game.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be raining every week.
And then
Dancing in the rain.
the boys on the baseball side had a good week.
Doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that one pitcher that set school record on most wins.
Brett
Yeah.
5A, 6A.
Tankersley,
Tankersley.
20 wins, which is the most school record. They beat Prosper twice this week, and Prosper was the number 1 team in the area. So they still
Aren't
have not
those
clinched the playoffs.
Dad's favorite people?
What's that?
Dad's favorite people?
Yeah,
Prosper?
what do you call them? The Northern Rednecks?
Yeah.
Highfalutin rednecks. Yeah.
Yeah. So they beat Prosper twice. They need to win one more game to clinch the playoff spot. See if they do that this week. They play Braswell this week.
You can get it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rain is coming back. So that's going on. I don't know how the bowling team did. Fishing team
Girl won a state one state.
Well,
We had a team. We had a
didn't the
girl
shooting
won
team
state.
win last
Shooting team always
Wins.
right.
Always wins.
Kills it.
But the girls had she won state for
Are
Allen.
we finally going to win the Lone
No,
Star
bowling.
Nah.
Lone Star.
Lone Star Cup.
No, because our gymnastics team doesn't do well.
Our swim team.
It's all those. It's
freaking
all those.
band.
It's all those
Lotto needs to get
obscure
that
like
band in shape,
like
let me
riding
tell ya.
competitions that Southlake gets people to
Yeah,
If
horseback
to
riding.
write for them.
And if only we had a better one-act play.
That is true.
They have a good beanbag cost team, too, don't they?
Cornhole, baby.
Cornhole.
Oh man.
Cornhole team.
We need an axe throwing championship team.
We,
That's what we need.
we missed all of basketball season.
We
We
did.
skipped it.
It's
And
It was skippable.
it was a tough go for the guys this year. They did make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Was it
disappointing.
you and I?
yeah. You guys
Went to the
had
playoff
had
game?
gone.
Yeah.
Who went to the
First game. Only
I
game.
know.
It wasn't you? Oh, Stab went with me.
Who went to the Geyer game?
Which Geyer game?
The one with the basketball.
I
To
did.
see our coach,
Yes,
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
Was anybody else there?
our friend.
There.
Coach Long?
I
Was it
wasn't.
just
He,
me?
wait,
Were you there?
and he wouldn't look at us.
No, he talked to us.
Yeah.
He talked
likes
to
you.
I
He
talked to
likes
him
you
before
guys.
the game quite a bit. And then,
No, I wasn't there.
What
Yeah,
was that,
Geyer
like
was on a very much a down year.
Really?
He even
Yeah.
admitted it to me.
10 months ago?
He,
It's tough. I mean, that's the high school game. It's an ebb and flow.
well, yeah, Jalen Wilson went to Kansas and is now declared for the NFL or the NBA draft
NBA,
after
yeah.
1 year. And,
That's
Davion
what they do.
Harmon
1 year
went
and
to
gone if
OU,
you're good enough. Yeah.
Has left OU, and I saw yesterday he tweeted he's not going to Oregon. So he entered the transfer portal. But yeah, he had a bunch of good guys on there. They're gone now.
They're all gone.
Well, and
It's kind of like Flower Mound Marcus when all those players.
Yeah.
Plano West.
Plano West. Yeah.
yeah.
Plano West, Anthony Morgan said, I've had enough. He actually retired. Our
Did
buddy
he
Anthony
really?
Morgan, yeah, retired.
Who are we going to bug now about his
Darn.
shoes?
Yeah. I know. This was his last year.
I won't have any shoes to shine anymore.
How's his hair? Is his hair receding? Can he
He didn't have hair.
You're
be an honorary member of the club? Hey, also want to mention track and field. So we had the
Yes.
regional track and field and stuff, and I don't know exactly where our
wanna
4x100,
mention
4x200 came in.
4x100 finished fourth.
Fourth,
Just
out of
no,
state,
third.
just out of going, moving
Yeah,
on.
third.
Yeah, and then, but I want to mention this one fella, Caleb Nettles, number 51 on the football team, got fifth in the regionals, but threw a 50,
Is he a D line?
Yes.
Yeah, threw a 50.5 foot
Shot put.
and that's the second to the Quentin Pigisi, who threw 55.5 back in 2009.
Oh, for
that's
Allen
better.
record?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better than Brad North, who was the next third one in there, 48.8. Jacob Trotter, 47.8. Tejan Karoma, 46.2.
Oh, he's football
Jake
player.
Trotter,
They
45.8.
usually are.
I mean, but Misi Tupo was 45.5.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty impressive right there.
I don't think you're going to see any gymnasts. throw
Fast
shot
twitch. No. Lots of fast twitch muscles. Trey Stratford, down there. But good for you, Caleb Nettles. You're going to beat that record. And
He's going for it.
Wouldn't that be
He's
awesome?
going for
5
it.
more feet.
yeah, just keep working out.
And if I'm
Strength and
not
conditioning.
mistaken,
what she
this
said.
may be wrong, so I don't want any hate mail, but I think Evan Carter
Yeah.
qualified for state in the 100 meters, and he's a freshman.
Whoa.
He's a freshman running back, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Excuse me?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
I think he goes to
Yep.
4.
Evan Carter
Carter.
qualified for the finals in the
There you
100
go.
meter in the regional track meet.
Yeah,
As a freshman.
He's a freshman.
he is a freshman.
Around that corner.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that,
We got our new Johnson.
did y'all see?
Yeah.
I think it was in Oregon yesterday that it was
What
a
about your
women's
Johnson?
100 meter dash, and a dog ran on the
Yes.
I
track.
saw that.
And won.
Oh, that was a high school thing in Utah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either way, that
got on the
dog ran on the
track
track
and-
ran with him.
Was
Yeah.
behind
Won.
the first place girl.
Was it a
won.
greyhound?
No,
No, it was a
like
mutt.
a mutt terrier thing.
awesome though.
Gotta watch that video.
Chasing
though.
that
Go
rabbit.
dog go. Dr. Seuss waiting to happen. But other than that,
Nothing else really.
going on.
Nothing's really happened.
So what do we talk about? Oh,
Yeah. But we'll,
You know
we'll
what?
talk to you at the beginning of the season.
Are
What?
we going to have a season?
Oh, don't start
Oh.
that crap.
yeah.
What you got on your
Mark.
computer?
Yeah, we are having a season.
The schedule hasn't been released yet. Everybody else is releasing theirs. What's up with that?
Well, let's get through this.
Well,
spring
do we
game.
have a couple open? Do we have a couple dates that are open now?
Not that I know of.
Is it because everyone is afraid of us now?
What are you looking at?
Could be. Could be.
Could be.
All right, I'll say it. We got a new coach.
We had some openings
Excuse me.
due to some unexpected
Retirements.
or maybe not so unexpected retirements.
Yeah.
And I guess the week after spring break, on a Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Twitter world explodes with the news that Coach Gamble is hanging him up.
Retired.
Yeah, but now he has time to come tailgate with us.
If he
Sweet.
so choose to do so,
If he so chooses, we will accept him.
we'll have him
willingly.
sign
Graciously.
up and he'll have his week that he's got to provide the food and cook it. So
That's
he's-
right. That's right.
And if he brings hot dogs,
Oh, that don't work.
okay.
Well, and we should address the rumor mill that's in the room, right?
In this room?
Well, not
Are you making crap up again? What are you
no,
talking about?
no. I'm not making crap up. Not again either.
This time.
No. It was so Gamble retires, and then what was a week later that
2 days later.
2
2 days
days.
later
Oh, the domino thing
that
started.
Bubba retires.
Yes.
And so there was some big conspiracy theory floating around out there because some analysts had talked to some folks, and
Yeah, the Nimrods were going
People
crazy.
forgot to mention though that Bubba retired in December.
In December?
Yeah, he announced technically.
It is, and let's back up for just a second. Right? People ask us a lot of questions, and we are freely to admit that we don't have a lot of answers.
Excuse me?
But
Even though
we
a lot of
will
people
go
think
find
we-
the answer.
We
Yes.
try.
Yeah, and we do. And
we will go ask the questions, find the answer.
when all this happened,
I had a lot
That's
of
what we did.
blackmail material.
and what we did was we talked to the people who were involved.
Yep.
And that's when you learn the true story, at least from the people who were involved and what they tell you, of what actually happened. And as Nolan said, Bubba had told the district he was going to retire back in December.
Yeah.
It just had not been announced.
Right.
And
There's a process involved, basically.
well,
when
there
you do
is
that.
because when a
It's not
teacher
simple.
retires,
No.
an athletic director, when a coach, you have to post the job
Yeah.
to get it filled. And so, at some point during this school year, if you know your athletic director is going to retire, you have to post the job.
You'd like to.
And it just so happens that all happened 2 days after, unexpectedly, Gamble retired. And so, conspiracy theorists 101 are immediately going to assume the worst.
Right.
And they did. And if you are on social media at all,
The wheels have fallen off Alan.
yeah, it was the
Doom and
What
gloom.
the heck is going on at Allen?
everybody is awful and you can't work with people and it's just a big stench up there. And
Right.
it's-
The leadership has got their fingers and trying to move stuff around, and it's
Yeah.
like,
It was
stop.
It was awful.
Stop.
And for those of us that are, I'm going to use the word entrenched in it because we
It's our home.
pay attention. Yeah, it's
This
where
is
all our
us.
kids went to school, and it does make you stop and think a minute. Okay, do I have blinders on and I'm not seeing all this?
Right.
Or is it just the outside world looking in? Right. Or is it bitter people within speaking outwards to people who are, and that's what comes out.
Making assumptions and axes to grind and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
You know, because you may have an axe to grind with somebody and I don't, so your comments about it are going to be very different than mine.
Right.
And the
never have
reality
an
of the
axe to grind.
situation is probably somewhere in the middle.
I never have an axe to grind.
Do you even have
So
an
how we
axe?
do about you, though?
Yeah, we're not going to talk anything about your axe to grind of former
Kendall took all the
Arkansas
sharp
coaches.
toys away.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Put all the sharp toys away.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of, it was just so much swirling for about a week, and then it got to be, well, who's going to want to work in that?
Yeah.
Right.
Who's going to want to
Well,
go
that's
there?
the comments coming from the outside.
They won't be
yes.
able to get anybody.
Yeah, they won't, yeah.
Allen's a toxic environment. It's horrible.
No one's going to apply for that job.
How many applications did we hear? How many they got?
200.
We got a bunch. I don't
bunch.
know. I don't know how many. I honestly didn't ask that exact question when I spoke with the higher ups, but
Yeah. Well, and the other point that was trying to be made is the administration was saying, no, we don't have a short list of people.
yeah.
Oh, they know who they want. Well,
Well, that was
Doesn't most
that
anybody-
was one
anybody would
that
have
was
that.
one particular person on Twitter saying that.
yeah.
But I understand what he was trying to say, because if you own a company and you're trying to hire somebody for a specific position, sure you have.
You
a
know who
wish
you
list.
want.
Yeah.
Now,
Somebody
if
in
you
mind.
have somebody in that position and they unexpectedly quit on you, okay, you may not have a list right that moment, but within a few days you're going to say, okay, I'd like to see this person. This
Sure.
person. I'll put the job out there and see who else applies. But I do
And
have
they might
certain
get
people.
surprised.
Yeah,
And
And
We
we
could be
did.
very surprised.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah.
and you never know who's going to apply, and you never know who's looking. You know, we had many conversations amongst ourselves about, okay, well,
Yeah.
who would we like to see?
Yeah.
Because I think we all felt this was an opportunity for the school district to make a big splash.
To do a reset.
And
Yep.
and again, I said this, and listen, we get along great with the coaches. I mean, we haven't had any problems necessarily. Maybe with Westerberg one time, we got our hands slapped by Tom. He listens. It's
Because
okay.
of a website.
Yeah, because of something some people posted on a website and upset him, and we get it. But other than that, we let them do their thing. We got along great with them, so we've never had any issue with anybody as far as the coaching, at least to our knowledge.
Right.
They haven't come and said anything to
Well,
us.
and to be honest with you, we would hope that they would somehow communicate if there was some kind of problem.
Sure, exactly.
I mean, come on.
And so, but if you look back at Allen football, going back to the Joe Martin days, and if you look at all the coaching staff, at least head coaches, since Joe Martin, it's all been
That have been a outgrowth of
it's
that
been
program.
a club. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, between
Same philosophies.
Westerberg, Gamble,
Yeah.
and
Same
as you go
core.
down,
Same bubble screen.
Todd Graham, the same bubble screen. That's funny.
Ixnay on the bottom.
But it just felt like there was a pattern of you've got to be related to this core group in order to get the job here at Allen.
Y'all, you know what the first play is going to be, don't you?
We threatened him.
Oh, we threatened that.
You know he's going to do it.
To that.
And he's just going to
turn around and look at us. He's going to turn around and look
Let's
at us.
tell that story in a minute, but you're right. But it just seemed like to me, I hope we don't continue that legacy. Not that there was anything wrong with those people.
Right.
It just, and I said this. I said this flat out to the superintendent, and I said, I just feel it's stale, and it needs something to spark it in a different direction.
And like you said, it's nothing personal
No.
against the
None at all.
but it's just we are, and we'll talk about this obviously a little bit more but You said we need a boost. We need a shot of adrenaline. Basically, is the way I.
Here's
put it.
a great way to put it. And I know last year was different because of COVID, and it changed the whole dynamic of everything. But where was the? I don't know. Every time I went to a game last year, it was just
Blah.
No intense. No intensity.
Blah.
And I don't know if it's because there weren't the fans that are typically there, or what. It just didn't seem to have the excitement and the anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't seem to have it.
Right.
It just felt like it needed a shot of something. And so here you've got an opening for a head coach, and you just wonder, you wait on pins and needles, what's going to happen?
What direction are they going to go?
And because it happened right after spring break, there was an eagerness and a...
Spring ball was right around the corner.
It was,
Yeah.
and the district wanted to have somebody in place in time to, if they wanted to run spring ball.
Right. And so then the big question comes up, well, you can't hire the head coach before you hire the AD.
You darn well can.
Why not?
You can.
I mean,
Yeah.
And technically, you didn't because
yeah. Promote from within, and so Kim Garner is the new
Which
AD.
did happen subsequent,
Yeah.
but at least she was there as part
yeah,
of the
she was
interview
there and she was
process.
part of the
That's right.
process. So.
And she's been, 17 years as assistant
Yes.
AD, so I think she kind of knows how things work.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
Qualified.
Yeah.
How they
I
can
think
work.
she's got- I think
Hopefully,
she's
she'll
gonna-
have a
You
new
know,
vision.
and I guarantee you, she's probably have she has her own ideas on things and
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe more utilization opportunities for the stadium that have been lacking in the past couple of years.
Bring some new, fresh ideas. I mean,
So you get a call or you get a text or you're on Twitter early on I think it was it a Wednesday morning?
Yeah, wasn't it me?
hey, want to meet with you?
Well, that was a Sunday that I got that call, but we're
we'll
talking
talk
about
about
more about. You see the announcement?
Oh,
I think I sent it out and I go, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. And actually Matt Stepp was, hey, I'm hearing rumblings that there's going to be an announcement, and I asked, and I was told, yeah, we're announcing it today. And 10 minutes later,
10 minutes
boom,
later, boom.
yeah.
Chad Morris of Stephenville, Lake Travis,
Tulsa, SMU, Arkansas,
which Auburn, and then
What is
sitting
this?
on
What
his
is
farm.
this?
Well, I was going to say something, and I let it go. Sitting on his
Watch
farm,
it.
he's Texas
Exercising
fan,
good judgment. Yeah.
is now the new head coach of your Allen Eagles. And I don't know what everybody's take on that was
Farmer
when they
Chad.
first heard it.
Yeah.
I thought,
Farmer Chad.
I honestly thought it was an incredible freaking hire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
even from an
more.
Arkansas guy.
He's got an Arkansas shirt on. folks.
It's just for what he did. We all know college and high school is two completely different things. I mean, college is a business. High school
school
football
shouldn't be.
but it is in some sense. But there's a lot of things in place. But the reality of it is, things sometimes are just not good fits. We've all been in that situation where you either got canned from a job or you finally said, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going somewhere else. It just doesn't work out. But so what's the past is the past from this Arkansas fan, in my opinion.
That's good.
But and I told him, I said, I thought it was awesome that and to see his passion about talking about getting back into high school football
And the
Hold that
things he
thought.
was trying
Yeah.
to do for the kids, even
Hold
at
that thought.
Arkansas and then the college ranks.
And you probably felt splash. Mm-hmm. Big enough splash for you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dave, I don't think anybody in the and I don't. Again,
Good hire.
Arkansas fans aside, because I
some
saw
of
a
them
lot
need
that.
a lot of
Yeah.
Arkansas fans need to grow
If
up.
you're an Eagle fan
And you're the one to tell them
and you
too.
don't
And I
like this
have.
hire, I would like to talk to you and know why.
Yeah.
Because when you look at his track record, especially in Texas high school football,
Oh,
everywhere he's been very successful. Mm-hmm. And when you're looking at the largest high school in the state of Texas that has a very passionate fan base, a very good football team year after year after year, and
Last
the opportunity
20 seasons in the playoffs.
Yeah. You couldn't ask for somebody, and I'm going to say this, who was quote unquote available
Right.
that didn't
Already have a job.
Yeah, because there's a lot of great coaches, and I mean, there's no doubt. You know, you go look at all. You know, you go to Carthage, you go to Lake Travis, you go to Westlake, you go to South Lake. You know, there was a lot of names mentioned, but those are good jobs too. And if you're in one of those already, do you really want to leave it? Because is Allen that much better? First of all,
And we'll get to that when we talk assistant coaches.
yeah, is it that much better, or is it? Are you just you've been there a while, and you're the especially like in Carthage, you know, you are the king of the hill in Carthage. I mean, you
want to start
It's
over.
Friday Night Lights
Yeah.
all over.
Alito, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
places like that.
Well, he's only been there a
This
couple
might
years.
be a step up in the
whole
perspective
program.
of the size of the school, but the job itself is it any different? You know, so those people had jobs, and they're not necessarily looking to move. I mean, if they are, a lot of it may be next step college.
Right.
You know, because there's not that. I don't think in my mind there's not. You know, and I'm not sitting here ranking the coaching positions within the state. But if you look at, just say South Lake, Westlake, Allen,
Katy.
Lake Travis, Katy, is there that much difference between those five to the next step, which is college? And I don't think so.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
some
coaching is-
colleges we're actually they're a step
step
down
down.
from where we are.
That is true.
But coaches in Texas are teachers, and so you've got a limited salary range that you can offer to a head coach unless you give them
They're not
an
all
assistant
teachers.
AD. No, but the position. You give them an assistant AD position, you can get more money because of that. You give them the AD and head coach, like Westberg down at Barbers Hill, and then you're basically unlimited in terms of the money that you can pay them because of the AD position. And so it's just whatever the school board is willing to approve. And so you think about that, and what's the upper limit that you can do as a head coach in Texas?
I don't know.
You know, because Allen's a little bit too big to be AD and head coach.
Yeah,
I mean,
one position. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
God,
just
can
too
you
much to
imagine
handle.
that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a. I
We
don't.
wouldn't
I don't
want
ever know if it's a money issue. I mean,
Yeah.
money's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
involved, but it's like.
Well, but that gets back to the question. You're exactly right. What is it about? If it's not about, okay, he can win, and we can pay him enough money, or her, I
I don't think money was an issue in this situation.
Exactly. But what do they bring for the kids in the program?
Yep.
And so that's where I think Chad, from his whole history of high school and college, the things he was doing in the college level translate extremely well in terms of being good for the kids and being good for the program.
And I think it was.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's
So he
outstanding.
gets hired. So me being Mr. Half Type A that I am, make a phone call and say, "Hey, we'd like to have lunch." And by golly,
Okay.
got a response and okay, let's have lunch.
Yeah.
So I don't know, 10 days after he was hired on a Monday,
Yeah, we were
5
having
of us met with him
Yeah.
and met with him and the superintendent over at Ellen's, and
Which was good, by the way. First time I ate there.
Is that the old?
Do you not
That's
like
the old
it?
Chinese place.
It was good. I just thought
There
it
was
was
a Chinese
expensive.
place over there.
Yeah, it
Over
was
there by-
pricey.
Cheddar.
But then Thad bought it, and I didn't
Cheese.
care.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So we meet for lunch, and
Should have ordered more.
yeah, we should have. If I'd known Thad was paying, I would have.
Get to know each other.
Yeah, we do, and you know we're careful because we don't want to overwhelm the guy, you know, and
Dude,
but we just want
we were on pins and
I know.
needles. Let's be honest here. We're like, oh, we don't want to.
and then
First right off the
stupid me out of nowhere goes, okay, I know what we see in the paper, blah blah
Tourette's.
blah. Why Allen? Why did you come to Allen? You know,
And he got up and left.
Just, I don't understand. God. Way to go, Mark.
but no, it was great because and Nolan used the word transparent a while ago.
Yeah.
In our whole discussion with him, because I told him too, and I was up front with him, I said, we hate coach speak. I said,
Yeah.
there's nothing worse to sit and listen to a coach give you coach speak. I said, because it does.
Doesn't
Everybody can say that, and we know it's not the truth.
One game at a time.
Yeah. And that may be your philosophy, but that's not. I know as a human being, that's not the way you work.
I think that caught Robin off guard too, as well too, when he said it. But I mean, he was like, after Mark said that, and we were all like,
icebreaker,
we don't like it. And it was a great icebreaker. I mean, and that's when Chad Morris came out,
opened up, and he just talked and just kept talking.
Awesome.
He did. And I felt bad as our food came, and he was talking.
I know.
And
he kept talking. I was like, going, dude, your salad's getting warm.
He did order a salad. The rest of us are eating burgers and meatloaf, and
he's looking around, going, man, I should have ordered a burger.
But he was awesome because he did. He said, and the story, and y'all could chime in here because. You know, he had left Auburn. He said he packed up his U-Haul because the team at Auburn the coaching staff got fired. He had several offers to stay in college ball. Mm-hmm. He said it's not what I wanted to do. He had a chance to go with Gus Malzahn down to University of Central Florida. Mm-hmm. He said I didn't want to do that, so he got in a U-Haul and he drove back to East Texas. He has a farm over there.
Not a tractor.
Said he'd been working on not a tractor.
Bulldozer.
Bulldozer.
Right,
not a tractor.
The man has a bulldozer, and he just bought it.
Because he was bored out of his gourd.
And he never did know how to drive it, and he asked the guy who delivered it, can you give me a lesson?
Hey.
But he's having fun with his bulldozer. So he's over at East Texas, and he's on
He showed
Twitter.
us pictures. That sucker's big.
Yeah, this ain't no baby bulldozer either, boy.
It's like a D8.
This is a...
It's kind of like Allen's offensive line for next season.
Yeah, exactly. He clearing land.
Always got to bring it back to football.
I'm trying.
Bringing it back to sports. But he did. He just said, I was sitting there. I saw the tweet. I called Gamble to see if it was true that he's retired. He said he hung up the phone. He turned to his wife and said, Allen High School.
And what did she say?
You really thinking about it?
Yeah.
And he obviously was.
Obviously, yeah.
And so... that's the germination of how it all happened.
Yep.
You know, he was interested.
He reached out to Robin.
And there you go. There's the story.
Never met. Never didn't know who she was, but he reached out to her, and
So hey,
boy, they got together real quick. Yeah.
And they, within a little over a week's time, you have your head coach.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you got a really good one.
A real good one.
And he's got a great philosophy on high school. He understands the high school game. He understands high school kids. And he talked about a lot about I'm always honest, and I love this too. Yeah. I'm honest with the kids about
they need to hear that, where
their position is on the next level. Mm-hmm. He goes, because I'm going to be honest with you. You want to play at Alabama?
Ain't going to happen.
It ain't going to happen. But where else do you want to play? Because he did. He pulled out his phone.
Dude.
And he started scrolling through all his contacts. You want to call Nick Saban?
Yeah.
He said, please do right now. Let's do it.
You want to call? We can call Nick right now.
Yeah. He said, I've got all these contacts, and I can help these kids get somewhere. Mm-hmm. But I want them to get somewhere where they can be successful. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I'm going to be honest with them about it. If they're not, D1, I'm going to tell them you're not D1. You're
and
not
here's
FBS.
what it takes to be D1. Here's what they're looking for.
And it just may not be. It just may be a situation where you're just not D1.
Yeah.
If you want to continue to play, try D2, that kind of thing.
But I can help you get there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be. I'm not going to leave you, floating out on an island and having to do it yourself.
Right.
Because he has all these contacts. Because he's been in the college game for several years now.
Well, that's the next step. But what did he talk about in terms of the philosophy with the kids and how they fit into the Allen program and what they're expected of them?
We
in the
really
Allen
didn't
program?
touch on that. We were, and no one was right. It's kind of intimidating. You're sitting there with a national figure
name, that
is now the head coach of.
And I did not wear any Arkansas gear.
Did not, thank God. But it's kind of intimidating.
But he did park a car in front of the front door that had a Arkansas license plate.
You don't want to, again, overwhelm him, and you don't want to X and O him to death, because at that point he doesn't know who Holly's coaches are going to be.
Yeah,
it was.
And it's really kind of none of our business.
Well,
you know what I mean.
You are right. It doesn't matter what we think on the whole. Well,
yeah,
we think it matters.
Well, thank
it's not going to change anything.
But I also think, yes, he's got a philosophy, but until he finds out and gets spring going and sees what he has there, that's when he can determine on how this ship is going to be steered, that kind of thing. So, to me, like Mark said, it was too early to talk X's and O's because I mean,
Yep.
good Lord, the guy's probably only seen him during workouts, weightlifting and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he can imagine. Oh, geez, he's an offensive lineman. There's
he does know who his offensive linemen are because he mentioned that, or he mentioned, I met with the kids. We talked a little bit about offensive line. I said, he goes, that's the first group I met with.
Yep.
He says they are big,
very
boys.
important. Yeah, Jackson has had some great. Jackson Noodle, is getting some great looks now.
So he had met with the kids by the time we had lunch with him, but he just seems to be a good old boy.
Well, you could tell he was excited too. He was.
I've got to mention this because
priceless.
You talked about philosophy here, and he was, and he's kind of like us. He's not bad-mouthing anybody, but his comment.
Oh, yes, I know where you're going.
Alan has been very good.
Yeah.
And in some instances, Alan has been great. He goes, but I don't think Alan has been elite.
Yeah.
And he goes, and that's where I want to take him.
Okay.
And so the minute he said that, I go, he's going to be here longer than 3 years.
And you and I both said that. We were like going, this ain't 3
because
the
you don't
rumor
make
mill.
somebody elite in 3 years.
No.
It's
or 2 years
process.
or 1 year,
It's a continuation, and you've got to.
Well, and so
I love the fact that he's here for the long haul. I love it. Get a new standard here and so forth. And,
think about what do you need to do besides being a winning program to be elite?
Well,
there's so many other factors that are involved, which is character building with the kids and discipline and
you've
the
got to
process that you go through to make them whole men.
It starts
to be
at
men.
the junior middle school. It starts there. You've got to get all those middle schools back in and I don't know. I know Westerberg did it at one point. I don't know if Gamble ever really got involved with middle school. I know he showed up to games and so forth. I saw him quite a bit there. But, the reality of it, and someone brought it up, and it may have been Thad. There was a time years ago when these kids were working there, but they were excited about the possibilities of getting that A on their helmet.
Yep.
But right now, I don't know if it's the mindset or something, but it just doesn't seem like there's any kind of enthusiasm.
Right.
It's just going to happen. You're going to have that A on your helmet because you're one of the 120 kids on the sideline. I mean, maybe a new philosophy is brought up. Is going to be done with that. I don't know. That's too early to tell. And that's I wouldn't. Who knows? You got to want to earn it, and I think when you want to earn it and work hard at doing it, that's going to help you get back to the one aspect of that elite status.
And the more the kids want to do that, and the more that expectation is set out there as a goal, and they buy into it.
I mean, we rotate all the time, on all positions and so forth, because we've been lucky to do that. But imagine if you could rotate 3 levels.
Well, and this is totally forgot what I was going to say. Holy mackerel! I just had one of those moments.
Well,
no, but like I had told him, was the thing I loved was his first hire was the quarterback coach. Because as we were discussing, ever since Kyler left, nobody kind of knew who the quarterback was going to be because you always had these move-in people. And I think that's great that these kids, from 7th grade on, if that's what he's going to do, because he did it at Lake Travis, Dodge does it at South Lake and at Westlake. That you groom these kids, so all of a sudden you're not, you have a good quarterback that leaves, and you're like, well, who's going to be the quarterback? Oh, Booty moved in. Thank heavens, because otherwise it would be.
That's why you got a
Bobby.
Viewers over in South Lake who has been, was in junior high, and everyone knew how much of a stud he was going to be because he'd been groomed by the system.
And that's part of, that's what I think. That's what I think he's going to bring here is.
Well, maybe we relied too much? We didn't do enough internal grooming, and we relied too much on kids to have private coaches.
And that is all part of them. Sorry, Kevin. That is all part of the deal.
Yeah.
This private coach thing.
Right. But I think you've got to have more of an internal focus on that grooming.
You do, but let's be honest. They all have private coaches. All of them.
Well, sure. If you want to be a quarterback, you've got a private coach.
Yeah, you got to have a private coach. So, but it's you got to have a centralized philosophy within the entire system. I mean, people forget we're a small district. My wife reminds me of that every day.
Geographically, you mean, or?
Well, I mean, we're a small district. From a geological.
From a geological standpoint.
I did not say geological.
Geological.
Yeah,
I
but from a geographical
aspect of it. So, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, you've got 3 middle schools all you have, and you just push down that same philosophy. Because let's be honest, all 3 of those middle schools do all sorts of different things and so forth. And yeah, they've got a ton of kids to work with that they're trying to get all rotated in. But you have to have this philosophy pushed down to there. So you do have these kids coming up that are groomed and ready to go.
More summer camps, more interaction between the coaching staff and the.
And with that, I've got about a couple more minutes.
Good.
Oh shit.
Well, speaking of coaches, there are going to be some changes in the coaching staff, and several of them have already been announced. As you mentioned, Tristan Weber, who was the quarterback coach over at South Lake, is now the new offensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. He moves over here. He's worked with Quinn Ewers, obviously, who's the number one quarterback in the 2022 class.
He's only number 1 rated.
Yeah. He's going to go to Ohio State. Was a Texas commit. Yep. David Branscombe, who was the head coach at San Antonio Brandeis, who was hired by Jeff Fleener as the defensive coordinator at Brandeis, and when Fleener left, he took the position. Yep. He's now going to be the defensive coordinator. Coach Kane is out there, and we'll miss Corey and wish him the best as he moves on.
Yep.
And then Will Bryant has been hired as assistant head coach and running back coach, and Will said he was with him in Arkansas.
With him at Arkansas, he was graduate assistant, I believe, at Arkansas, and then went with him to Auburn, and then he went with Malzahn to UCF.
Right.
And now he's been hired as the running back coach. So those are the 3 that I have seen that have been announced to come in and to help. And again, you've got change, and who knows what it'll end up looking like. But spring ball has started. Tomorrow it starts, and so you can go check out practice and see what it's like. I forgot the date.
Spring game is
13th of May.
Is that a Thursday?
Weeks. It is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Anyhow,
What?
Yeah, pads start tomorrow. They had 2 days last week of shoulder pad, or helmet and shorts. Yeah.
So
it's pads.
Get out
tomorrow.
there, and if you want to see practice, I think they start at 3.
You're not going to see hardly anything in spring practice.
If you're going to see it, you see it tomorrow because it's going to rain the rest of the week.
Yeah.
So anyhow, there's some new blood and some new excitement.
There's
in the
excitement
program.
for sure.
And I get it. Some people are upset about it here in this town.
Yeah. Bless their hearts.
Yeah, I mean,
changes
and they're
easy.
They're upset at halftime, isn't it? An hour and a half also.
It's necessary.
But it's inevitable.
Yeah, it is. And nothing stays forever, although I thought Bubba was going to.
Nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky.
He tried. We look.
Wow.
It slips away.
Sing it, bro. But, we wish him well on his retirement, too.
You come up with those lines, and then you can't even remember or thought that you were going to throw
Isn't
out
that sad?
The brain is a terrible thing
old
to waste.
age.
It's awful, isn't it? So we have a new coach, Chad Morris.
Chad Morris.
Woohoo! Allen
Welcome.
Eagles. Welcome. Yeah, we're glad you're here.
How old is Chad Morris?
Chad Morris is 52 years old.
Yeah, he was saying
Youngster.
he was
Veritable
young.
youngster.
Yes. So he coming back to Texas. And
He's younger than all of us.
he
Even you?
to leading the Eagles. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think it'd
So
be
we had
great.
something to talk about after all.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a fun meeting with him. Initially it was a little awkward, but once we started eating, we didn't give a crap.
Once he started throwing out bulldozer pictures.
Oh my God, that was so
sharing
funny.
pictures?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, he was
Jeez,
passing his phone
Sitting
around.
at home, bored out of my. He literally said, "Bored out of my gourd." And this thing came across, and he's like, "I'm gonna buy it." Okay. And it's a bulldozer. It's not a tractor.
He told us we could go out there and drive it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Hey, we might be taking.
I said, I asked him if he had hogs. He goes, "I got
Well,
hogs."
that's what I was going to say. You got hogs?
Let's got all that stuff out there.
I need some night vision gear. We got enough.
Yeah, we'll get him a
We
dub.
got enough
Anyhow,
rifles
we
for everyone.
think Alan made a great choice.
Yes.
Here. Kudos
Nice
to the,
job,
to the
Robin.
administration.
Committee.
Robin was eyeballing us the whole lunch thing. Just look.
I'm not going to tell you how many times
Oh, was
she
she?
kicked me under the table.
Did she really?
No.
I couldn't even really see her.
Yeah, she just kept looking at all. I
Mark's
was waiting for
meatloaf
us
was
to
in the
pop
way.
that question that
Yeah.
nobody wanted to hear.
No, I think she knew we'd behave in front of him. So
She knows
we're glad she was there too. Yeah, she was. And thank you to her for helping get that set up.
Well, now she won't be so scared when we finally get her butt on a podcast.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. This is a whole different world here. So anyhow, anything else, fellas? Spring game coming up May 13th. Be there for that. Prom was last night, I guess. For the
A lot of people had prom last night.
yeah, so that's
Really?
It is that time of year.
School year's
I'm
closing.
so out of it.
Just FYI, again, I had a meeting with the Uppity Ups, and one of the questions I asked was about football tickets in the fall, and the plan right now is to
Back to normal.
you're going to be back in your seats.
Yeah.
So
Thank
that
goodness.
is the plan, unless something changes between now and then with this COVID stuff. So
Yeah, and I think we did have a little conversation about a VIP tailgating location.
we have a lot of conversations about stuff that just never come to fruition, but it's always fun to talk.
At the foot of the scoreboard?
Yes, exactly. But anyhow,
Fire pit?
so for those of you that were wondering about your seats, it looks like if you have season tickets,
You're back.
You're back in them. So,
Yep.
and you've already paid for them.
Yeah. Well, unless you didn't get your money back for them. You had the option.
Yeah. So but if you did that, I think you lost your seats.
No. You still got them. That just, yeah, you just got your money refunded.
You
but
just
I
need to pay.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
just paid
remember
again.
it was too long ago.
Yeah. But that'll be coming up. So
Yeah.
well, folks, until we talk again, which we will probably over the summer,
It's been awful.
it's nice to get back out here and chat about stuff we love.
And so for this,
Unless another huge thing happens.
Well,
in
you
the
know,
news.
Well, we still
Shoot
need
could
to hire
always
a
fall.
basketball.
We got basketball, we
So-
got volleyball, we've got, or was that filled? No, volleyball.
Not
Nothing's
to my
been
knowledge.
filled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took care of what needs
Assistant AD.
yeah. For the 69th Brad North Memorial episode,
Brad Northwood.
love you, man.
Hope you're doing well. So, guys, oh my Lord, sorry, folks. I'd have cut this off earlier
That
if
was
I knew
scary.
that was going to happen. So, till next time, it's over and we are out.
Peace.